Hey everybody, welcome back to another Dazzled or Disappointed. Today is going to be the first of quite a few Dazzled or Disappointed videos on highlighters, just because a lot of highlighters have been released lately. We are all on the hunt for that perfect highlighter, and so I've been able to pick up quite a few. If you watched my Sephora highlighter haul, you know I picked up several highlighter products, and so I have been trying them out, and I have some that I have been loving and others maybe not so much. And so the first Dazzled or Disappointed is going to be on the new Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Heatwave highlighter, which everybody has been trying to get their hands on, and so I wanted to post this as the first Dazzled or Disappointed because it has been going in and out of stock of several websites like Macy's, Nordstrom's, Belk, and quite a few others. And so because this is still being restocked off and on, I wanted to throw this video up so that you'd know if it's worth your while to pick up. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this because this is a very exciting review. Okay, so the box comes like I showed. It comes like this. I don't think the box is anything super exciting, but it is in the shade Heatwave, and that alone is super exciting. So this is one of the Gelee formulas, and I want to say this is, when this came out a couple of years ago, I want to say it was one of the first ones to be that Gelee formula that kind of just, I mean, everybody then wanted to get their hands on the Gelee formula. Brands like MAC and other brands started really coming out with this formula just because I think it has more of an impact as far as glow. It just has that more glowy, sheen, dewy, wet look, and so it is a preferred formula of mine, and so I was really excited to get my hands on this because I was not able to the first go around. In fact, I feel like it didn't even explode a couple of years ago until it kind of hit the outlets, like cosmetic company outlets, because I heard of people finding it there, and so I think that's when this just went out of control. I don't know, but I follow TrendMood on Instagram, and if you want to know anything about when something's coming out, I have actually found that that is the best way. Although I also still love keeping up with Temptalia because she also has quite a bit of information as far as when something's going to release. But in this case, I was able to find that it had been restocked on Macy's. I was on my, going through my Instagram feed, and I think that that post had just come up because I went to Macy's and it was in stock. And the last few days that they had been saying back in stock, I would go to the website and there was nothing there. So I must have caught it right when it said that it was back in stock. A few minutes later I checked and it was gone. So I caught it at the right time, thankfully. It comes in this little disc like this. It's actually really pretty. It's kind of a coppery rose gold color and white, and it's got like a little, it kind of looks like a little button, but it's like a little knob to help you open it up. But yeah, follow TrendMood because it's my understanding they're still gonna kind of restock here and there for the immediate future. But once this one's gone, I'm sure it's gone. So keep your eyes peeled. It comes in a little compact like this, so your typical mirror, and then it comes in a little circle, and it has like a design. I will say that there are certain areas of this that are that have an overspray. I love oversprays. The only thing I don't love oversprays is that because it's only on the top, then I don't, then it goes away and then you never get it back. But there are certain lines, and you're going to be able to tell because they're right here. There's three. And with the overspray, this is the area I have been using, and that overspray is gone. But this is what it looks like. Now, I will say when it first came in, let me read the box to you. It kind of made mention of a bronzer, and I was like, oh, I wasn't really looking to buy a bronzer. I was looking to buy a highlighter. But it is indeed a highlight. So it says, Bronze Goddess Illuminating Power Gelee. Turn up the heat. This seductive all-over bronzer is endless summer. Smooths on as a soft sheen. Builds to a luminous pearl highlight. So once I read that, I was like, okay, I think I'm good. That's what it says on the box. It was $45, which I don't think is outrageous because most highlights are in the $38 to $40 range, this being a Estee Lauder. Normally it's going to be more expensive, but it wasn't that more expensive. It was $45. You get a good, hang tight, you get a good amount of product. It's 0.24 ounces or 7 grams, which is pretty decent. And like I said, it's got that overspray. I have been using this part right here. I'm going to kind of save that for later because I don't want the overspray to go away. So let me go ahead and give you a swatch. Now the thing about this is, as I blind you, the thing about this powder is when you want to swatch it, you do not have to dig. Literally, you swatch just a little bit, like up and down, and you get quite a bit of product. It's very, very soft, very, very pigmented. So, I mean, that's not digging my finger in there at all. And look how much product came off. Look how pigmented that is. And then let's go ahead and swatch it on my hand. And there it is right there. It's just got such a pretty sheen, such a pretty glow that it's really, really incredible. So on that note, I'm already going to tell you that I am dazzled by this. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is probably one of my favorite highlighters, if not my favorite highlighter of all time. Now, I know highlighters have come a long way since the first time this was released. You have a lot of, I guess, dupes, but nothing, in my opinion, is this dupeable. This quality, this how soft it is, how pigmented it is. I'm going to give you a few other swatches of similar highlights that I own so that you can kind of see the difference. But I absolutely think it is worth hunting down. When it first came in, I was like, well, I don't know if it was worth all that. And I swatched it and I was like, yeah, it really was worth all that. So let me go ahead and just jump right into some other swatches so that you can kind of see a comparison of others to this. Now, the first one I am going to compare for you is the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. So I want to kind of give you some comparisons so that if you aren't able to get your hands on that, you know, you can kind of see what is the most similar so that you can grab it, because a lot of these, yeah, all of these, well, 2 out of the 3 are permanent. One of them is limited edition, but I read that it's back in stock at Macy's.com. We'll get to that in a sec. So the first one is the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. This one is a very, very nice formula. I really, really like it. It's very, very soft, and it is very pigmented. So this one is going to be very, very similar, I feel like. There is the swatch right there. So see, it does impart a really nice glow. Now it is because, so keep in mind, it's called Bronze Glow. So it's going to be a little more bronzy. In fact, it's a lot more bronzy. I didn't realize it was going to be that different. But as far as the consistency, as far as the glow, the sheen, they're pretty similar. So there, that is right there. There's Bronze Glow, and then there's Heatwave. So that's that comparison. Let me move on to the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. This is the one where they have since released the highlights for these duos in their own individual pans, but I have not picked those up because I haven't even made a dent in my half of this one. So this is in the shade, well, mine has since rubbed off, so I can't remember if this is 1 or 2. I'm going to say it's shade 2, and it is the gold. There's a pink and there's a gold. This is the gold version. And this one is Gelee formula. The only thing is it's a little bit harder than the Estee Lauder. It's not as soft, not as buttery, but as far as tone, it's going to be probably the most similar. So that's that right there. Yeah, it's going to be, you know, it's a hint more like bronzy or a hint more pink than the Heatwave, but it still is very, very similar. So you can see it's a little bit darker. It's still got an amazing sheen. It's still got that glow. This is one of those where it's going to be a little bit more, as far as like the impact of the highlight, it's going to be more dramatic. It's not really your subtle type of highlight, but I think if you used a light hand on that Estee Lauder, you could make it more of a subtle. But it is very pigmented, so you would really need to go in with a light hand. I will say, I'm going to do a close-up here in a second. I did do, as you know, I love using a highlighting liquid as a base before I apply powder, and so I know that that even took this one to the next level. I will also share with you what I used under, because I am wearing the Estee Lauder Heatwave, but we'll come back to that. The last comparison I'll give you is the Anastasia Beverly Hills in So Hollywood. Now this one also has kind of been in and out of stock. They bring it back and then it goes away, they bring it back. I heard and I read that they have brought this one back. I think it's back up on Macy's.com. So this is another good alternative. I really, really love this formula. I feel like Anastasia just does it right all the time when it comes to highlighters, whether it be these individual ones or whether it be their glow kits, they always do it right. So this one is pretty soft. Again, not as soft as Heatwave, but it still is really, really soft. And here is what that one looks like right there. Still a great sheen, really dramatic. You can really build this one up to be super dramatic. And this one actually, in looking at all four, this is going to be the most similar in tone to the Estee Lauder I just dropped it. Hope I didn't break it. It's going to be the most similar to the Estee Lauder Heatwave, and it is right here. So you've got the Anastasia, you have got the Makeup Forever Heatwave by Estee Lauder, and then the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. That is what all four look like side by side, so that you can kind of see what might work for you in case you don't get your hands on Heatwave. So like I said, Heatwave is definitely worth hunting down if you can. Follow TrendMood. As soon as you see that post where it's back in stock, and it'll tell you what website has it back in stock, go and see if it's there, and that way you can place your order. If not, I would grab, probably, like I said, So Hollywood's probably the closest in comparison, but all of these are great in consistency, in wearability, and pigmentation. I have built these up to an amazing glow, and I've been happy with each and every one of them. So that is my review for that. Okay, so I had wrapped up this video and I had completely forgotten to tell you what I used as a base under this highlight, and it is actually the new Marc Jacobs coconut, what is it called? Dew Drops, and it's in the shade Dew U, D-E-W. It's the only shade that they've released, but it is part of their coconut line, and I will have a separate review on this as well. But I just wanted to let you know what it was that I used under this, and this is what I used as my base prior to the Heatwave highlighter. Which that highlighter, like I said, the Heatwave highlighter on its own is so stunning, but when you add something like this as a base, it takes it to the next level. So let me zoom you in, and that way you can see what my highlight looks like today. I can't tell you how amazed I am with this highlight. I don't think I have ever had as intense a highlight as this. It really even, like, I don't think I could believe it when I first put it on. It was an excitement like no other. Felt like a little kid in a toy store, like at Toys R Us, when you're going through that, when you're a kid and you're going through the big toy book so that you can make your Christmas list. That's the level of excitement that I felt with this highlighter. I mean, just this combination was incredible. And like I said, the Heatwave is amazing on its own, but add a base like those coconut drops by Marc Jacobs, or even the Josie Maran Argan Illuminizer drops, and holy cow, it takes it to the next level. Before I let you go, I need to give you the verse of the day. Today's comes from Psalm 34:18, and it says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." I will be the first one to tell you that if you are sad, if you have a broken heart, if you are broken in spirit, the best place for your heart, for yourself, is in Jesus's hands. He takes care of your heart. He takes care of you so much that it's just, there's no better place to be. So I would encourage you, if you're going through a tough time, if you're really having just moments of, you know, just brokenheartedness, loneliness, whatever it may be, just entrust it to Jesus. Trust Him and He will take care of you. I know that firsthand. I'm here to tell you that He does what He promises. Okay guys, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel, especially if you are looking for more reviews on highlights, because there are more headed your way. Hit that subscribe button so that you're notified of any future videos that I post. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this Dazzled or Disappointed and want to see more like them. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at Michelle's Glamour. I will see you guys in the next video, which will be very soon. Talk to you later. Bye.